Good afternoon, guys. Happy Saturday afternoon. About 3:15 here, obviously on Saturday. And yes, this is not pre-recorded. This is what time it is. Mrs. P and I just landed back home here, about 45 minutes ago or so. And so, while I was monitoring emails as best I could while we were on the road for the last 24 hours, whatever, I've been busy. But of course, the world continues to go on. And so when I was monitoring all these emails, I got, probably about half a dozen people that had sent me the story on what happened with the cyber attack on Colonial Pipeline yesterday afternoon. Now, this one is kind of important for preppers, all right? And I'll kind of give you what I'm seeing already. Colonial Pipeline is the largest U.S. pipeline, gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, whatever it would be, from Houston to the East Coast and to the South, obviously my area. Okay, they have about 5,500 miles of pipeline. That now, mind you, this isn't oil. This is after the oil's gone to the refinery, and now they're pumping it to New York, Pennsylvania, wherever it would be, so then it can be distributed to the local gas stations or whatever. I mean, your gasoline is not being trucked from Houston to Schenectady, New York. It's getting pipelined up there and then transferred relatively locally. Let's put it that way. All right. But they pump or they transport 2.5 million barrels of gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and other sorts of refined products daily. They have shut down their entire operation. Now, apparently this is a ransomware attack. So y'all have heard of this before. Somehow somebody clicked, who knows, a link in an email or something like that, and it shut down their entire computer network, and they can't get the computer network back unless they pay a ransom. Now, you're probably going to hear all sorts of speculation. Oh, it's the Russians. Oh, it's the Chinese. Oh, it's whatever. Okay. And I'm going to call bullshit on that right now because the investigation is already going on by the government. Okay. There has been no determination of who it is yet. The government is looking into a group called DarkSide that has launched similar cyber attacks in the past, similar ransomware attacks, but again, before anybody comes out and says, oh, gee, it's the Russians, because damn well the politicians are going to start throwing this crap out there, and CNN is going to report it like crazy, saying, oh, this was Russia, this was China, Al-Qaeda, whatever it would be. So that's what's going on. Now, here's the ramifications, okay? Colonial has said they don't know how long their pipelines are going to be shut down, okay? Could be a few days, could be a few weeks, whatever it would be. Now, this happened yesterday afternoon, and so I took a look at gasoline futures. Okay, now gasoline futures closed up about a penny and 3/4. Okay, so this news didn't hit the market yesterday afternoon with any sort of significance. So gasoline futures wound up finishing the day at $2.13, okay, $2.13. My guess is, because this news is now starting to roll out a lot stronger today, because it didn't take me long to find a whole bunch of info on this, and then of course kind of put the bits and pieces together on it. My guess is you're going to see gas futures probably go up significantly on Monday morning when the market opens, when the NYMEX opens, okay, New York Mercantile Exchange is where gasoline's traded. So, that being said, I would suggest to everybody, go out, fill up your gas cans if they aren't already full, fill up your car, fill up your boat, fill up your lawnmower, your weed whacker, your chainsaw, whatever the hell you got that takes gasoline, and fill it up now, because you are probably going to see a big spike in the price of gasoline next week. Because we all know how this happens, okay? When something negative hits the gasoline market, the gas stations raise prices 20, 30, 40 cents and up. New York second, okay? When something good happens, it takes, I don't know, a Jamaica second. You want to talk about slow, and 3 weeks later to reduce the prices from where they just raised them in a second. So expect that. Now, it's interesting that I could see how the effect was, because obviously we left the house yesterday morning before all this happened. And as we left the house, the prices I was seeing for gasoline in a few different states, $2.65 in Tennessee, $2.69 in Kentucky, which surprised me because Kentucky was actually more expensive than Tennessee, which that doesn't happen, and about $2.99 up in Indiana. Okay, now granted, this is just between me, north of Knoxville, and Bloomington, Indiana. So this is through northeastern Tennessee, Lexington, Louisville, and southern Indiana. All right. So, obviously, if you live in Gary or you live in western Kentucky or Memphis or Nashville or something like that, the numbers may not be the same. Okay. But that's what we saw on this 300 and some odd mile trip. The interesting part was gas prices did not move from yesterday morning to this afternoon. So, I watched gas knowing that I'm going to have to get a couple of tanks of gas. I was watching stations as I was heading north, so I knew when I was heading south who would have the cheapest gas. So when I had to stop again, I knew where to go. Okay, nothing changed. And so looking at the first ones, Friday morning before this happened, and looking this afternoon, even before I knew this news happened, nothing had changed on the way home. So this news has not filtered down to the stations as of yet. And again, that's because it happened on Friday afternoon. My guess is, again, like I said, we're going to see this tomorrow, Monday morning. Now, what this does tell you is how delicate, if you will, our infrastructure is, okay? If they can take out the largest U.S. pipeline for gasoline, could they take out pipeline, but, could they take out something on the electrical grid or whatever would be? So something to watch and to be very cognizant about. But like I said, go out, fill up everything you got with, this afternoon, if you still got time, if you're not already, 6 back in, don't go out and do that, please. Okay. Don't want anybody in jail. Not a good place to spend the weekend. Trust me. Been there, done that once, not doing it again. Hence the NA beer. But, get out there tomorrow morning, fill it up, because the price probably not going to change till Monday morning when, business is open again and they see what happens on the market. And again, you know how it works. One station changed and the rest of them fall like dominoes. So, but one station's got to make that change first. So that being said, that's the latest on here. There was some other little bits and pieces interesting, but this is a quote-unquote developing story. But as far as preppers are concerned, make sure you got your gas. The news supposedly not wanting to make this too mainstream, but obviously everything's coming out because they don't want a panic run on gas. But we're not panicking, guys. We're prepping. And I'm going to let you guys know, I don't care what the mainstream media wants to do or the government wants to do. If we got information and we can act on it, we act on it. That's what preppers do. Okay, so chances are most of you guys got most everything you need in the way of gas because we're preppers. But if you're short anywhere, if the car's got a half a tank in it, go fill the car up. Okay, you'll probably save yourself $5 or $10 before doing that on Monday morning. All right, I will see everybody tonight for live stream, and that's in about 5.5 hours. See y'all later. Pinball out.